So now that we explained about the 15 chords, talking in E minor, the first minor, flat 7, flat 6, 5th 7, flat 9, 4 minor on flat second, 5th minor, secondary dominant 5th of the flat 7, secondary dominant 5th of the flat 6, and then secondary dominant 5th of the 4 minor, right? And of course the 5th of the 5th minor, that, and then the substitute dominants 5th of the flat 7, 5th of the flat 6, and substitute dominant 5th of the flat 5th of the 4 minor. So in this case B flat 7 altered. Those 15 chords there, how we will use them. Now we come to the point of which melody we play over the chords. So then here, now, we have to observe that, although before I omitted this secondary dominant 5th of the 5th minor, it's very much used. So there are 15, actually 16, but let's say 15 more used chords instead of 4. Now we need to know which scales we play over them. So then here, this topic is also pretty much complex, and if you want to learn this thing well, you need to do it in Skype with me personally. Otherwise, this cannot be learned just by watching videos. But to give you an idea, because we have to analyze what Paco used there, practically speaking, 6 things. The modal stuff, which are modes, all the modes, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian, and then minor melodic, minor harmonic, whole tone scale, diminished, and double diminished. These 6 things, basically, if we put into a box all modes counted as 1, minor melodic, minor harmonic, whole tone, diminished, and double diminished scale or symmetric scale, 6 things Paco used there. He didn't use pentatonic scale or anything like that, but with these 6 scales, that pretty much encloses all his compositions, his style, and his way to improvise as well. These are the tools he used. So therefore, we need to become experts in this thing. Starting, we have to start with the modal thing. And because in the Lucian cadence we were explaining E minor, we have E minor, first, flat 7, flat 6, 5, 7, flat 9. The most important chord here is the 5th 7, flat 9. So, although that's so, let's say one interesting thing. Two main chords, we can say, minor chords, in the Andalusian cadence in Paco's works are the first minor and the 4 minor. And for those two, he did use specifically one mode only. For instance, he will rarely, or generally, he will not prefer to use a Dorian scale for the first minor. Meaning that when this chord is going on, this note here, he will not use that. If this is the first, right, he will rather use the Aeolian mode for the first degree. Right? If this would be instead the 4 minor, then he will use the Dorian. In fact, his most famous piece has that over a 4 minor, because Entre dos Aguas is in E minor, and when you start playing over this chord progression, 4 minor, 5th minor, 4 minor, 5th, 7, flat 9, he did the melody, the very melody of the theme has that Dorian sound. So over the 4 minor he will use the Dorian but not the Aeolian, and the other way around. Over the first minor he will use the Aeolian and not the Dorian. This is where to begin with the minor chords. Then in the next video we will discuss about the 5th 7 flat 9. This is just the ultra basic steps of this thing, but it becomes a very complex thing. But anyway, just remember this, that to describe a melody in the Andalusian cadence, for the 4 minor, Dorian is okay, and for the first minor, Aeolian is okay.
Me ayudó porque descubrí ahí la improvisación. La improvisación es algo que yo pienso que cada músico del estilo que sea, del clásico, del flamenco, de cualquier otra música debería aprender, porque la improvisación te da mucha libertad y a la vez te da mucho conocimiento de dónde estás tocando, de cómo estás tocando, de qué armonías están en cada momento, ¿no?
Muy bien. Pablo. Paco, ¿qué es para usted la música popular y qué es la música elitista?
Yo creo que la música elitista es el refinamiento de la música popular. Por ejemplo, el flamenco. El flamenco originalmente es una música popular, una música del pueblo de Andalucía. Pero creo que ya no le pertenece más al pueblo, porque de pronto habemos gente que nos hemos pasado toda una vida encerrados puliendo esa expresión popular. Entonces ha llegado a un nivel en el que el pueblo ya no tiene acceso, sobre todo a los matices que vamos consiguiendo la gente como yo, que nos pasamos muchas horas elaborando esa música.